want to show you how you can actually trade your normal strategy and you see yourself flipping without you having the mindset of flipping. And the reason why I'm saying this is simple. You know, when you have mindset that you want to flip, emotion sets in, psychology can be messed up at that point in time because you are thinking you want to do something that is very hard to do. But what about when you use your simple strategy? You use a very formidable strategy. And I'm telling you, when you learn and master Forex so well, you'll be able to trade. You flip every day without thinking you are flipping. You understand? I'm talking about a system that does not depend on gambling methods, but rather a system that uses your knowledge, well-rounded knowledge of the market to make money as you want. And it is possible. And that's what I want to show you now. Remember, if you have small accounts, I want to show you like $50, for instance. You can more than double that, even on a single trade, just using your normal strategy. But you have to learn and understand the strategy. And me, I use sniper entry trading strategy, and it gives me that result. For you, if you don't have a strategy that gives you that result, keep digging and learning more deeper into Forex trading. You will discover you are going to find something like that because anybody can do this. The same thing for those people who have big accounts. All right, I will tell you the minimum amount that you need to always make $1 million each day, and I will show you how you should work. First, you must have a very strong strategy, a strategy that is formidable, that can give you that kind of result, and it's possible for you to learn and get that kind of strategy. Let me show you an example. Let's go right into the charts. All right, we are here, and so I want to show you something. So I'm going to focus on, I'm going to be using the 3 trades that I took, even 4, but let me focus on these last 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, these trades, I use sniper entry trading strategy, and I want to show you how you can use it to flip your account without thinking flipping mindset. Or you are just doing your normal trading, but you are busy flipping. All right, just use strategy that works. I use sniper entry trading strategy, and this is it. All you need to do is to mark your key zones, refine your key zones. I used to call it key zone the market must respect, and then refine your key zone to 15-minute time frame and use 1-minute time frame to monitor the turning pattern and take it there. So when you are able to mark your zones like this is the things you get. You mark out zones that the market must respect. You use that zone to determine, that's key zones. You use it to determine your turning point and use turning pattern to take and exit your trade at the appropriate place. And if you can do this very well, forget it. You become Lord of Titan, no matter the amount you have. Even me, I'm trading with small account, but of course, that's the only thing that can help you to grow better, even as a small account holder. Why big account holder? You could trade and make millions, $1 million a day. I will show you how. So this is how it starts. Let me start this way before I go and show you the thing about the zones. Look at how I mark out my zone. You see this zone? You see this zone? This is where the market began to turn from. And this is my target zone. Why is here my target zone? Let me show you. There are a lot of things you need to understand to be able to mark out key zone. You see, I see why this place, this is another block here. Let me mark it separately. Let me mark it separately for you to understand. This is another block. We take this candle as another block candle. All right, take it as another block candle. Remember this other block that came from or that had been mitigated other time, and it came from the past like that. So now this place is functioning as resistance zone. Did you see it? Resistance zone. So I'm considering this resistance zone here and this other block that is here, that if the market hits this particular zone, if it's coming back again, this should be the place that it should come to, and then it's likely going to reverse or take time here to break it down before going down. So here is going to be a serious reaction around this zone. That's why I take it as my take profit. But I have to take it at the beginning, at the support side. I don't want to wait until it reaches the other block. It could come to the other block. It could not come to the other block. If it has enough distance for me, I'll take it and give me good risk to reward ratio. You understand? I'll take it. Do you get? That is the point. That is how I choose this very zone as my TP zone. But I want to take my TP at the first point first point of that zone. You understand? This is where I consider here is in the past. I would have taken it here, but for here, this is like the first point of the zone. Do you get what I'm saying? And if you look at the market, you cover what the market did when it got there. Look at what the market did when it got there. When it got to that zone, look at what it did. It pierced through it and come down enough. So let me mark it out with another color, and then so that I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to show you how I determine. There are different ways of determining. It's not only one way you use it every time. Take it, I'm marking the tip. All right. Just marking the tip. You see that the place where the market reach was at the middle here. Do you see the red? This thing I just marked at the middle here. But I have to take my TP early from this zone. Do you get it? This is the strategy. The market is coming. I expect the market to come to this zone after it turns from up here, from this other block here, this key zone here. The next place I expect it, and the reason why I expect it was that we're having area as another block, consolidation, and then like area of resistance that should be turning to support. This zone should be previous resistance turned to what? Support, combined with other blocks. So this place is going to be a very strong place to wait for the market. That's why I took my TP. You see, when I took this trade the first time, I took my TP here. The second time, another trade, I brought my TP to the same place. The third time, I brought my TP to that place. And you see, it hit my TP without any consideration of it might not hit it to, it might hit it to, all this kind of thing. Hit it and take it to where? You understand? So that is how I determine my exits. I told you my entry has to be based on getting to a major zone and exhibit a turning pattern. If you want to learn anything about these things, go to some of our videos. You'll see where I explain them. Go and do your research. Order my platform, YouTube and TikTok. You'll find it. You'll find videos like this. Some of them, not all the videos, but some of the videos where I explain turning pattern and all those things. I'm just explaining more for some of you who already have, if you don't have the strong strategy, you are just a beginner, you can't understand this, or you have not learned Forex to the point that you are really good, you will not understand this. You get, for those people who have a good strategy that want to refine it, this is very good because you understand what I'm talking about. Not everyone. Some people you have to learn hard before you even understand it the way I'm talking about. For you, it's just for you to know that this is what is possible, so that you know that you still have a long way to go in your learning of Forex, so that you can keep at it and eventually you get there. It took me 5 years to do this, so it is not one day learning. You have to understand that. All right, to learn it to understand it like this, 5 good years. You need to understand that. All right, so now at this point, what are other things? You see, I brought in other. This is another block from the past. This zone, another block from the past. You can see that, and even here now, this place, after change of character here, you see there is a change of character here to the downside here, which is one good thing. And then there was a return back to the other block that caused the change of character. You see, within this zone, we already see as a sell zone if market gets here, a possible sell zone. So all these things are happening like this. So immediately after this happens, you should know that there is going to be a downward move. That is it. So this thing join together to form your turning pattern. You understand? So that is it. And that's one of the reasons why this trader took here without figuring out this zone. I now stretch it to the top here. Let me show you properly. I stretch it to the top here. That's where I put my TP initially. But this turning pattern here make me understand that this market is turning back. I have to exit it. If not, you would have come and take me and look at it here. Look at where the price is here now. Are you seeing it? Price is here now. You would have taken me out completely without hesitation. That's when you understand your strategy very well. It can help you and guide you exactly what to do. So these 3 trades now, including this, but let me talk about these 3. What is the number of pip here? This is 1,540 pip of gold. Do you see that? This is 1,300 pip of gold, and this one did 1,104 pips of gold. What does this represent? For somebody who is in 0.01 loss size, we are going to be winning $154 here, 0.01 loss side trading gold. Somebody here will be winning $130, and somebody here will be winning $114. And that's exactly, if you sum this, they are close to $400 you can win. So even if you are trading with $10, $20, $50, you'll be able to win something like this. Why did I say so? Because here we're about to discuss how can you be able, how would you be able to trade normally and still double your account. So let's assume that you are using $50. Okay, let's say $20. Let's see what you can do with all this trade then. Let's go to 1 minute time frame. Let's just go to 1 minute time frame so that you see what you can do with all this trading. Let's start from the first one. We are getting there. Let me do it this way. Let's start from the first one. So let me zoom it so that we can get to them. Okay, they are here. So let's start from this first one. So let's now make it clear here. Making it clear. I think first of all, so let me explain to you how I came with the trend line. The trend line. So in 15 minutes, the trend line. You see, this is 15-minute trend line, higher time frame. I normally I say refine to 15-minute time frame when you are using your strategy. And what do? You go down to 1 minute to observe the turning pattern there. So when this happens, okay, this happened and this happened. These three areas. Let me show you properly. Let me show you properly so that you can see it. So I say when this happened, and this happened, it's time to plot my what? My trend line. So let me bring the drawing in so that you can see that clearly. Did you see it? So my trend line targeting here, did you see that? So these were the things that helped me to take this trade as well as this trade. You can see it on top of the trend line. You see that when market came back, you see that? Remember there was change of character here. It returned to the other block that caused the change of character. You understand? And then what do you expect? The market is supposed to be going down. All right. So if you have a trend line, it adds a very formidable confluence for you to use to reference where you are taking your trade through observance of the turning pattern that is occurring. That's exactly what happened here. So this trade here, this first one here, even let's start it like this. This first one here, let's go to 1 minute time frame so that I can show you properly. Okay, just hold on. I'm trying to get you to understand this. All right. Okay, maybe let's start from the last one. Let's start from the first one. Okay. All right, remember, I've seen change of character from 15-minute time frame, so it's time to watch. So watching for turning pattern. This is an example of turning pattern here. I could have taken the trade anywhere here. I keep observing because of the way I understand the characteristic of the market, how it moves. You understand? So I have to wait, maybe to get more assurance. And this is the point where I felt that I got more of the assurance. Yeah. Do you get it? So that's where I took it. During while observing the turning pattern, these are example of turning pattern. Remember, it's happening on top of the trend line that I've added. Remember that this is a key zone that we mapped out from where? So when the turning patterns continue happening, you just to take it along one of the candlestick chart, one of the candlestick pattern. You get anyone at all. All right. So that's exactly what happened here. So after taking it, like I talked about, taking it where the price never come back. But you remember that this one, the price actually tried to come back, but like I said, never comes back to take your stop loss. So it didn't take the stop loss. Did you see that? And the stop loss of this is $22. Let's say $23. 23. You can see the stop 2.29. You can approximate it to $23 here. That is the stop loss for this trade. So now let's come back to what we're talking about. What I talk about, you have small account like $5, like $10, $20, $50. Can you trade this? Of course, you can trade this if you understand sniper entry trading strategy. That is what I'm trying to tell you about. You can trade this and even flip it without knowing you are flipping it. That is the point we are trying to make. Do you get it? That is the point we are trying to make. For instance, now, for 0.01 lot size, the distance of this first trade, you see, we have 1:67 risk to reward ratio. You can see it here. 1:67 risk to reward ratio. That's what we have here. Okay, because we are risking about $3. Remember, about is even to $23. Let's say 23 pips. All right, 0.01 loss side. That's going to give you about $2, 20 something pips. Let's say $2, 30 pips. Let's put it that way. 30 cents, $2, 30 cents, something like that. That's what you are risking. Even somebody with account size of $10 can trade this, because if you lose this, you are losing. Let's say you are losing $3, you still have $7. Let alone somebody with $20 account size and $50 account size. When you take this trade, if you understand the strategy very well and you're taking your profit just like here, you know how much you are making. You are making $154, 0.01 loss side with your ordinary $20. That's what I'm talking about. When you know and master this strategy, sniper entry trading strategy, this is exactly what you can trade. So you see, your $20, how many times did you double it? This is $154. If you were after winning this trade, $154 from your $20. This is more than flipping. Is this not crazy? So these are, I say, you can flip without having the mindset you are flipping, just following your normal strategy. You understand? With $20 or $50 or $100, you are making $154. Okay, let's talk about, because I'm just going to use this so that will not be going so much long. Let's talk about somebody who has big amount. How much should you have so that you'll be able to make, let's say, $1 million every trading period that you have? Now, the amount you should have, let's say, up to $300,000 in your account. Remember, you want to make $1 million, so you have to be a big account holder. So your account should contain at least $300,000. And why am I saying so? I say so because you are going to use a strategy. For instance, now, if you have if you have that amount, you are going to be risking. You are going to be using 100 lot size. You take 100 lot size into 2, and you are risking 50 pips. Remember, what I risk here is just about 23 pips. About 23 pips. That's what I use here. You see that we're talking about. We want to lose like 50 pips. 50 pips is going to mean $50,000 stop loss. If it is up to 100 pips you are risking, that's going to be $100,000 stop loss. So if you use $100,000 stop loss, what do you have left? You still have $200,000 in your account. But what is the point we are trying to make here? The point we are trying to make is that if you risk $100,000 stop loss and you take this trade, if you win, you are going to be winning for taking just one trade, one position. You are going to be winning $1,540,000. That is for this trade. But let's break it down this way. You need to take 500 pips of gold to make $500,000 if you are taking 100 lots. And don't go to 1,000 pips. Let's see 500 pips that is easy to easily make on gold. If you take it twice, that's going to mean $1 million for you. 100 loss side, that is 2 positions. 100 loss side, 100 loss side, 2 positions. You are going to hit your target of $1 million. Now, if you use $50,000 stop loss or $100,000 stop loss, $50,000 stop loss for 2 positions is going to be $100,000 stop loss for the 2 positions, and you'll be hitting $1 million if you hit your take profit. But if you use $100,000 stop loss for that, it's going to be risk to reward of 1:5. If you are trading with $100,000 stop loss for each position, taking two position. That is $200,000 stop loss. To take two position of 500 pip each, 500 pip each in gold. So what you're going to get is going to be $1 million if you hit your TP. Why you were trying to sacrifice $200,000. You see the reason why I say have account size of at least $300,000 and you'll be able to take this trade. But then, if you use that amount and take any of these trades here, you don't need to have a stop loss. In fact, the total stop loss for this is that, let's say I made this one to $30,000. This one will be, let's say, $40,000, and this one will be another $40,000. $40,000 plus $40,000, that's $80,000 plus $30,000, that is $110,000 for these three positions. But what are you winning? You'll be $110,000 for approximately. So if, for one position alone, you'll be winning $1,500,000 for this approximately, and this one will be $1,300,000. What have you won? $2,800,000 for the two trades, and the second one is $1,140,000. That is 3 million, 4 million. Let's say 4 million, approximately $4 million. You'll be winning for sacrificing $110,000.